Hello, my children. I'm gonna start opening my videos with that because I feel like I gotta start saying something. Uh, and as you can probably guess, well, maybe, based on my background, I'm gonna be talking about one of my favorite genres, fighting games. And I wanted to talk about one specific thing. Uh, I noticed that a lot of people do like wish list characters when a new game comes out or whatever, and I get like that for long-standing series like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or whatever. But I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to try and do since Guilty Gear has released their Lucy, uh, and Lucy from Cyberpunk is now in Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear. I kept wanting to say Code Veronica. Got Resident Evil in my mind. Um, Now that she's in Guilty Gear, it gave me an idea. What other characters from other franchises could cross over into fighting games. And I have a few that I know where I'd want them to fit, but I don't know whether or not they would fit best there. There's others that could fit other places, like one of the ones I'll give you an example of is Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot isn't really related to these type of fighting games. It's more related to Super Smash Brothers. I find it odd that out of every not fighting, but mascot in gaming, he is like the only one that hasn't been invited to the Smash Brothers competition. And I feel like he has a wacky enough moveset that him alone can drum up a lot of possibilities in the next game. Because, be honest, there's a Switch 2 that is out now, and Nintendo loves money, so they're going to be re-releasing the Smash Brothers for Switch and putting it on Switch 2. But let's proceed with the topic. Alucard. Now, if you're like most people, you're like, which one? Oh, not most people, me. But you'll be like, which one? And I'll just say this. Yes, I believe that Alucard from Castlevania, be it the Netflix series or the games, and Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate, both should be in a fighting game. Now, I have an idea of what Alucard from Hellsing would work best in, and I think I know what Castlevania's Alucard would fit best in. And I think Hellsing's Alucard would fit best in Code Vein. Not Code. Fuck! I see it over there! Sorry, I have all my apps and stuff pulled up, and I said Code Vein out of me seeing it. But Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is what Hellsing Alucard would fit, I think, almost perfectly into. The only issue is there's other vampires, but I don't think they give a shit. And he uses guns. It's not his primary. You could make it like an uppercut or something, or have it involved with his ult or one of his ults. And you can have him transform into Dracula, or you could even do one where he's Dracula and one where he's Schrodinger version of Alucard. We didn't really see him much, but it'd be nice to see him in a game or just outside of the ending of Hellsing. And then Alucard from Castlevania, I mean, he's already in Dead by Daylight, but to be honest, he fits alright, but not really as a survivor. So in my opinion, he'd work really good in stuff like, let me look up what that fighting game is real fast. Tekken. He might work well in Tekken, and you might be saying, oh, well, he wouldn't. Bruh, Negan's in it. Fucking, really? We're gonna say that he doesn't fit? Fucking, they got one of the Final Fantasy characters in there. I can't remember which one, because I can't remember the difference between them all. I keep wanting to say 6 or 7, but guess what? Those were a long time ago. But, anyway. So, moving on to that, I got a little thing in my notes here. Let me read it off to you. Guts. Now, there's two people, and I've got Guts back there. Right there. Also, if I'm like unsure where everything is, it's because it's inverted, and hopefully my editor can reposition it to where I don't look like a ugly goblin. But anyway, Guts. Berserk needs to be in a fighting game. I know they have their own game, but Guts or Griffith would work so well. I know Griffith, obviously people aren't that big of a fan of him, rightfully so. I think he would work really good in a fighting game, like either Mortal Kombat, which they've done stuff with Dark Horse, I think, before, so it's not impossible. Plus, there's not really a theme with Mortal Kombat's anymore. I mean, I thought the new one was gonna be superhero themed, but then they added fucking Scream. So like the gone with that, and I'm trying to think of any other fighting games that would work. Let me see bloody fighting games, or just fighting games. He wouldn't really work well in Street Fighter because he's kind of more brutal. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I feel like he could work really good in something like Anything Can Work. I feel like Soul Calibur might work, oddly enough, since they've had Geralt of Rivia and other stuff in their last game, which they Geralt of Rivia 2B and someone else, I think. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like he would work really well in something like that. And then we're going to move on to a big buff fighting man that actually is known for hand-to-hand combat. And I already know what he'd work perfect in because people made fan stuff of it. And I'm going to cover his son after this because I'm going to tackle him and then his son. And I'll tell you why I believe he should be over his son, even though it's the name of the series. Yujiro Hanma from Baki, or Baki Hanma, or Baki the Grappler, or fucking Baki the Chode Master. There's about fucking 1,000 different fucking Bakis, and it's hard to even sort out what you should watch, because on Netflix they put the one you're supposed to watch first, and they don't even have the original, so you have to outsource it. It's not even on Crunchyroll, so good luck finding Baki the Grappler. Might as well just read the fucking manga. But anyway, Yujiro Hanma from Baki should be in Tekken. He needs to be in Tekken. It just fits Tekken. I don't even play Tekken, but I know I've played Tekken one time. I played as the bear against my editor, and that was the only time I ever played Tekken. Outside of that, I never really touched the game because I've always been a Mortal Kombat guy. Outside of that, I didn't really touch Mortal Kombat. Well, not Mortal Kombat. I touch Mortal Kombat every single time they release one, and eventually I come back to it because it's like a crack. Like it's like crack. I can't fucking stop because it's so good. But Tekken. He would work good in Tekken, but he could work good in Street Fighter. But the issue with Street Fighter is they've already done a collab, but it was like one of their dumb collabs where it's like, hey, you like Baki, do ya? Put him on your banner. Because that's what... Sorry, the little background I got going on right here is fucking up. Yeah, just put it on your banner, guys. That's what you wanted. You thought you were going to get Baki? You thought you were going to get Baki and Yujiro in this game about mixed martial arts from all over the world? What are you, fucking stupid? No. No, but that would be a good one. In my opinion, Street Fighter should stop doing banner collabs, because when I heard Spy Family was coming out, I was like, oh, maybe, maybe Chun-Li will get a skin that makes her look like Yor. Yeah. And then get, I don't know, Luca Floyd skin? Lloyd. I don't know if I said that. Lloyd. Lucas Lloyd or Ken. Don't do Ryu. That's a homeless man. I mean, Ken's homeless, but still, I'm convinced Luke is living at the gym with his PC. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Oh no, actually, let's talk about Baki real quick. Baki, same thing with him. And the reason I think he should be over. Oh, Yujiro should be over Baki is because he feels like he's more iconic. Every time you see anything about Baki, it's always Yujiro, because even though Baki is technically the strongest, I could be wrong, I could be dumb, I'm pretty sure, because last time I saw they were like feeding each other invisible fucking food. Their Thanksgiving must be nice, but he could be a 2-pack, honestly, and I wouldn't complain. But honestly, I would rather have him and I'm not even gonna look him up because I don't remember his name. But either or could work well in the games. Like, but I would prefer Yujiro because there's so many more memes of him, and he's so much more iconic. Moving on now. Ash Williams, Ashley J. Williams, Keeper of the Necronomicon. I would ask my brother other terms for Ash Williams, but frankly, he's at work, and I don't fucking care what else he's called. Okay, the chosen one, is that good? Is that gonna satisfy y'all? But anyway, he was supposed to appear in Mortal Kombat 11. What I heard. Don't take it from me. I could be very fucking wrong. If I am, you can crucify me later with about 1,000 other creators I saw say that. But Ash would work so well in just Mortal Kombat. Like just Mortal Kombat alone, you could do so much with him. You could do different. I wouldn't say there's so many skins, but like there's so many things you do. In fact, one of the biggest fumbles, in my opinion, is Dead by Daylight not using Ash properly and not giving him a proper counterpart. I hate when Dead by Daylight does like, oh guys, guess what, Lara Croft? You were expecting something different? What the fuck are we gonna put in the game as a boss? A tomb? I prefer when they do just killers. Okay? When they do just killers, it's a lot more fun. Because then survivors at a certain point just feel like cosmetic skins. Because if you unlock everything, you just put it on there. Not a Dead by Daylight. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about the sins of Dead by Daylight some other day. I'm thinking about naming my things that. I'll probably have it uploaded by this. I'm going to be getting the... probably a random fighting game, probably the new Demon Slayer one since I've been playing that. But Ash Williams, there's so many brutalities, fatalities, chainsaws. I don't know. I hope in the next one, if they do add him, they could do a thing where he can either have his robotic hand or have his chainsaw hand, kind of like how in Mortal Kombat X you could swap between them. That would be cool. In fact, he should have been in Mortal Kombat X. That way you could do like a hand variant and a chainsaw variant, and you could do different fatalities, but they're not going to do that. He's just going to do a fatality with his chainsaw and pull it out from his back like every other one. Let me take a sip of my drink. Ugh, refreshing. And let's get into the next one. Escanor. I know that Seven Deadly Sins characters have like a lot of things wrong with them, and I get that. I really do. Some of them are weird, like Escanor being in love with a lolly is like, bro, you were cool. Why is everyone cool in this show like into kids? Like Meliodas? Bro, I get it, that's your reincarnated girl, but dog. What? And then you've got Bon, and Bon's just like a different layer of cool. Like he's got that swag. I'm the whitest man on earth for saying that, and I apologize. I'll bleach my skin to where I look like a ghost later, but yeah. Escanor, because, and I'm gonna be honest, he could fit into Street Fighter, kinda, not really. Mortal Kombat, kinda, not really. Tekken, yeah, he could work pretty good in Tekken. And Soul Calibur and Tekken, I think, are the best things because yeah, you could kind of do it, but I think there's a difference between a dude with a bat and a dude with a fucking one-handed giant-ass axe. Yeah, it's not a two-handed axe. It's a one-handed axe. You do that for a taunt, or put it down, the character tries to pick it up, and they're like, how heavy is this? Probably wouldn't do that. But it'd be cool. You can have like an alt where he does this, the one above all, or whatever the fuck he's called. What's his ultimate form called? Escanor. Ultimate form. The one ultimate. God, this animation looks so fucking dog shit. God, how did you fuck that up? Not gonna lie, his ultimate form kind of looks fucking stupid. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I said it about your goat. He looks better as like a normal dude that just goes, "Who decided that?" Anyway, he would work so good. Like, it's ridiculous how good he'd work in those games. Like, first of all, he's abs upon abs, make him fucking 12 foot tall if you wanted to, or fucking average height with, like, the biggest guy in the game. And I don't even know what I can say about Escanor. Like, just, like, bringing him to your game. He could work actually pretty good in Guilty Gear. I just thought of that. Yeah, he could work pretty. He could go hard in Guilty Gear. Have that one thing where the one Sin tries to pick it up and he's like super big with his thing. Make that his ult and he just swings down on you. Boom, gone. But I don't see that one happen. I mean, they're probably gonna do a banner with him, so, and they're probably gonna charge you $10. But yeah, and I know I'm everywhere, but that's what this is about. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm getting used to saying that. Sorry. Also, one more bonus. So like, comment, and subscribe, please, 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 my children, please. Also, comment like another subject, any subject. Like, if you can think about it, whether it be like another game going against another game, don't make it like, I don't know, fucking, like, for example, Metal Gear against Mortal Kombat. Give it, like, a similar theme. Like, one of the ones I'm thinking about doing is Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Those are fighting games that have been going at each other's throat for fucking years, decades. Do something like that, please, if you would. Maybe at some point we can do shows. Maybe. I'm not doing card games. I'm only good at, not even good, just okay at Magic the Gathering. Other than that, I know I have One Piece cards. Barely fucking play it. Barely fucking play it. I got Pokemon cards. Who the fuck knows how to play Pokemon? But anyway, moving on. Wolverine. He needs to be in a fighting game. He is my favorite fucking comic book character. I know, I'm a white fucking nerd. Who would have guessed? I got like 45 fucking Funko Pops of Wolverine 3, but still, like, he needs to be in a fighting game. He needs to be in a fighting game. Fuck, I'm so furious that I just tossed my remote. It's so stupid that Mortal Kombat is like, because Mortal Kombat would be the perfect one. Street Fighter, again, I mean, he's probably gonna be in the new game made by the people by Guilty Gear, so I don't need to even say who the hell, like, yeah, if he's not, what the fuck, get him in there. Please, playtest. Anyway, so, yeah, Wolverine and Mortal Kombat, it's so stupid that Mortal Kombat is with WB, because WB's fine at times, but the issue is they have to almost exclusively stick to DC, and I know that DC is doing a crossover with Marvel, so there's some hope. You never know. Just like there's some hope DC might come to Magic, there's some hope there. You can always wish, but he would work so well. Him, Deadpool, and a million other people would work really well in Mortal Kombat. So all I gotta say is, dude, I don't even gotta say, he's a dude with razor claws at the end of his fucking knuckles. That's so cool. That's literally a Baraka. Baraka and him could have an interaction. Like, do you regrow your claws? Nah, bub. Well, kinda. There's one. Sorry that my camera's unfocusing. I gotta learn not to move my head around so much. But yeah, there's so many characters. I could make a part 2 at some point. And if there's other characters, you know what? 10 likes, and I'll try and make a part 2. And put down like a character you guys think, and if you really want, put like focus. Put like where you think he should go, like what game he should belong in. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye, my children.